Hey everybody. We made it. We're here.
The,
It's Wednesday and it's 5:30-ish. So we are relatively close. I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. This is episode 106
nice.
of Prep Talk Live. We are cruising to 200 now. We've left 100 behind. We're on our way to 200.
Yep.
We'll get there in 2042, I think, but
It'll be
we'll get
AI bots that'll be doing the episodes for us.
exactly. And joining me, as always, as usual, is Tup the Urban Prepper reporting from his new bunker background,
Yeah, I'm in a parking lot.
which I love that I built a bunker and your background looks more like a bunker than
It
mine.
looks pretty.
It's
It
like
looks really cool, actually. I like it.
you did
It's
that
it's
very,
it's really concrete too. So it's
you should really look into doing this YouTube thing.
yeah.
Like, I
I'm gonna.
feel like you have a knack for it with all of that. Well, welcome back, everyone. We had spring break for the last
Yep.
couple of weeks, and so life got in the way. We were thinking maybe trying everything, but it was just okay. We'll pick it back up after spring break. So spring break is over. I'm trying a new setup here,
I like it.
camera,
Yeah, it's
and
more. We're looking more at each other.
yeah. How do we feel about the audio? How do we feel about the video?
I like both of them, and I can
Okay,
see like different toys and stuff. So like, it's like a
all
new look
right.
for me.
All right. Well, this might be a much more simple off because instead of doing like my whole
Yeah.
multi-computer setup and everything, I'm just using my MacBook and my AirPods.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
using like a Logitech camera and MacBook, and then my prepper telemarketer headset.
yeah, exactly. So I'm hope if this works and sounds about the same and everything else,
Yeah,
then I think we may just go from this and
yeah,
I'm also hoping the internet works a little bit better. That was one of my spring break projects was trying to get the internet working in my office, and I figured out what's wrong with it. But I haven't actually put the time in to fix the problem. So we'll get
I
there.
think it's working good.
Fantastic. So Tup, what's been going on? How was your spring break and
Well,
all of the things? And
spring break is actually this week for my kids, so they're in the midst of spring break and they're staying up
mhm.
late and sleeping in and all of that. Although we're not doing any kind of traveling, so because it's a so anyway, it's going pretty good overall. Though I'm still working though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the funny thing about spring break now. It's like they get the time off. The kids were hanging out and having fun with friends and everything else.
Yeah, they're
And
having
I
a
was like,
blast.
yeah, I'm still getting up at 5:30
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah,
for
grown-ups
meetings.
don't get that. We don't get summer break. We don't get spring break. We don't nothing.
Yeah. And they're like,
But
how
yeah,
many more meetings do you have today? I was like, well, until 4 or 5:30 or whatever.
yeah, working on a few different prepping projects, which is fun though. So I'm trying to balance that with work and spring break and everything.
Yeah.
My
What's
hours
on
of
the,
op.
the
Yeah.
what's on the prepping project agenda for
Well,
other than releasing videos?
yeah,
You've been
we're
releasing some videos
cranking some
lately.
videos out. Yeah, let's see. Well, the latest one is what my wife is not happy with our carbon monoxide preparedness. So she
Uh,
we had the bare
like that you
minimum.
don't have enough carbon
We don't.
monoxide? You
Well,
want
yeah,
like a storage? What?
she felt our detectors were minimal, and it was just the bare minimum, and kind of
Hmm.
like pieces of flare from Office Space. You don't want to just do the bare minimum. So
Hmm.
I'm expanding that and making sure that the locations are in uh, good, appropriate spots and everything. So uh, working on that like tonight, like and I'll probably do a video for her just to make it so I could get it all make a PDF so she follows that. But anyway, so she watched the scary news because we're going to be traveling, and there was a real sad news story with a family that was traveling, and one of them didn't wake up because of a carbon monoxide poisoning, and so she was concerned with us of our upcoming traveling and not trusting the hotels to have good CO2 or CO detectors. So I'm working on having a travel setup in addition to making it our sleeping quarters better prepared. So
Nice. So
that's my
bringing
plan
like
for
a
tonight.
travel detector,
Yeah, yeah.
like
So
one of
like
the
if you're
plug-in ones that
yeah,
you
because
take with you.
we're going back to Vegas, and we're also going down to your stomping grounds in Oregon, and
Hmm.
we like this. There's this family that they were just at a hotel. They were at like a hotel or something, and there was some kind of CO leak, and like they didn't know, and that usually happens with during power outages and stuff like that when you're sleeping. So anyway, that's so we're I'm making sure that our setup is also works for like the go bag or for traveling too.
That is fantastic.
Anyway,
You're just very busy. I'm getting trolled all throughout the chat right now. Just like Sutton's Days has been knocking out videos, and
she's
Chuck's
been
like,
cranking them
hit,
out. Yeah.
hit, Casey, get on it, apparently. Um, but on the plus side, I do. Oh my goodness, when was the last time Casey put out a video other than the live? The year was
Is that
1974.
pre-COVID?
I think. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think. It's been since I put out an actual video that wasn't live. It's probably been 2 years because it was before we started Prep Talk Live because
Yeah.
I hadn't put out a video in
Well,
probably a
live
few
is so
months
much
before that.
nicer. Like the edit, I mean, doing a video is one thing, but like filming and editing, it takes so long. And
Yes,
my kids don't want to help me, or the kid prepper doesn't. And although I'm fully leveraging AI for a lot of like as I'm doing the research and stuff and helping with certain aspects of it, like because I hate writing description text and tags and all that stuff, and so I'm trying to use that as an assistant. And so when I drive to work, I have like a headset and I have my notes app, and I just talk to the notes app. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this. This is what blah blah blah. This is the things I want to cover, and it's helping me speed up some things. So then I could most of the time it's still editing, but it does save me a few hours, which is nice. I'm
that
shooting
is
for I'm
fantastic.
shooting for 1 video a week if I can.
That is look. That's a pretty good clip if you
Yeah,
can get one video a week based
yeah,
on
it's
everything that goes into the
on
videos and
top of, like,
everything else.
working full-time job, having family,
Yeah, exactly.
commuting for 15
Being an
hours a week.
involved
Yeah,
parent,
yeah,
all of those sorts of things. Yeah, I have debated about going back to making videos and all of the things, and I've been giving the kids my like longer videos to see if they could chop them up into shorts and stuff. Um, but I feel like the lives, what I've noticed a lot is like content and context wise, there's like making a video and doing all the edits and all that sort of thing. And then there's also quite a lot of videos now that are just people talking and just it's kind of like people are used to it now. Everyone wanted them like
yeah.
very produced previously, and now it's much more like just get the information, get the ideas.
Well,
Um,
yeah, before COVID, I don't kn was anyone doing lives really on YouTube? Like,
not really.
we've kind of adapted, like
Yeah, there were a bunch of kind of well during COVID. I had a lot of people who were doing lives.
yeah, during COVID,
Um,
because that's what we could do with I mean, that was
yeah,
people wanted to talk to each other too, which was important at the time. But and I think people now it used to be like when lives first came out, like there was a big difference between your primary videos and your live videos. And at least for me, like lives were far less than like a normal video. But I think people now just they kind of like the not polished, completely perfect videos and like just conversation
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think so
and the
too. So yeah,
interaction that you could have. Yeah.
but yeah, I think I need to do. I keep saying this every time. Like I need to do more, at least just like live videos of a lot of like there's been a lot of stuff in the news. Today was a very heavy news day. So I've been doing the prep thinking about some of that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
I haven't looked at the news at all today, so I have no idea what's going on.
so all of the tariff plan
Oh, okay.
was announced about 3 hours ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And so
I've
we
been
had been
working.
doing, yeah, exactly. Well, and I like, I have multi-screen, so I was like, all
Yeah.
right, I want to have the press conference up while I'm doing other stuff. Um, but thinking about things like, okay, are there items that we have been thinking about purchasing that we might want to prioritize more, depending on what the pricing might do in 2 weeks or 4 weeks, or as they roll out and all that sort of stuff. I haven't seen that. There's a tariff on the EU. I haven't seen one on Denmark, so I don't know how exposed the Legos are. But that was a
Oh,
thing that I was looking at. Um, Also, there's been a lot with like price of gold has gone up. So like, okay, is that a thing to hedge against? And so I've been doing a lot of thinking about that sort of stuff. New computers, do I need a computer right now? No. I mean, when in 12 months, maybe like, okay, do we push that stuff up? And so, yeah, so I think those are the sorts of things that maybe doing more of a live. style
Alright.
video would be, helpful to go through.
Yeah, there I
But
when I'm driving home, I'll take a look at what's going on out there. Uh,
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting next couple of weeks as things start to kind of settle out. And
alright.
I don't know, the stock market futures right now are down about 1,000 points, and
Okay.
the Asian markets are all down between 2 and 4%. So the world is waking up to not being super happy, and it doesn't sound like the U.S. market. So we will see what happens in the next couple of weeks, and then in the next 12 months or whatever as it rolls out. So um,
I'll catch up.
yeah, well, you're busy working,
Yeah.
which is good. You're just keeping the income stream going. That'll be helpful.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, we normally during spring break we try to do a lot of projects, and I think this time for spring break we were doing a lot more. Um, Kind of, we had a lot of moments of like, hey, family time. We only have a couple more spring breaks before the oldest goes to college. Before the youngest is in high school and some of that sort of stuff. So it ended up being we did kind of some stuff over the weekend. I'm trying to do a lot more organizing my office, organizing paperwork and information type of stuff. Um, but for the most part, the rest of the week was kind of a normal week, and everybody just kind of hung out. So I think this weekend we might tackle a couple of projects. But
All right.
yeah,
I'm keeping an eye on
uh,
some of the chats coming in. I know Chuck and
yeah,
Pitfly are talking. Is there anything for us that we cool
there was something
robot?
about robots.
Robots.
Um,
Is he stealing copper out
oh,
of?
yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
I don't know I know that the copper thing, like we have a section on the freeway, and I've been complaining to my wife that why don't they fix the light bulbs here? And it was because uh, people have been stealing the copper
copper.
out of it. I didn't know that was also something that like within lamps and like street lamps and stuff. So, but yeah,
Yeah, it is. It is a
it's a
little
big thing.
crazy.
It's a big thing.
Yeah, there was something I was thinking about with the robots and the streetlights. Oh, have you? Okay, so prepper thing,
Yeah,
MREs.
yeah.
So all of a sudden, all over TikTok, I'm getting an advertisement every 3 videos for MREs.
Hmm.
Have you? I haven't really delved into the MRE option as an emergency food source, as a thing like that.
Yeah.
We've kind of kept it parted out. But have you delved into MREs at all, and the different, like, I know there are different flavors and things, like, okay, getting like specific flavors, or is it all like just random happenstance?
Yeah, there's the what's the company I use for we don't have too many MREs. I know that they
Hmm.
last technically you could probably eat one that's from like decades ago, but like the
Yeah.
package says otherwise. Yeah, we've done some taste tests with the kids. They all seem to like them, and but I don't have
Okay.
too much. Because there's man, what's the brand I use? MRE Ready, I think is what the one I've been using. I have a few boxes that are in the garage, and I largely use
Okay.
them more for like bug out bags and stuff. Or like, I'm trying not to do as much cooking. Like, do I need to have a full cooking set in a go bag? Probably
Yeah.
don't want to cook like if I had to evacuate. So for those kits, I'm using MREs, and I think it's like every 5 years, I kind of have to swap them out. There's one particular brand that's made by, I think it's called MRE Ready, and I like how theirs taste better than some of the other ones. The
Okay.
ones that are really good are some of like the European and Russian MREs or Korean ones. Like they have like these dishes that are they're pretty tasty. They're better than like I like the chili mac type ones. Or like
Kimchi and
yeah, there's like
sushi
kimchi.
and
Yeah, they have that, and they're really good. So
is there
uh,
a poke bowl?
yeah, I bet there is, but the Korean and like the Russian ones, I kind of like those entrees a little bit better. Uh, my kids always try to go for if they could find Skittles in one that they're pretty happy with that. We don't really drink the orange drink, whatever that's in the
Yeah.
Tang or whatever it is. Uh, but yeah, I think for bug out bags, the MREs are a good approach. Like if you want to have one where you don't have like a big cooking setup, Because for me, I'm trying to convert most of them over to grab and go type eating, and
Yeah.
mostly do like bars and stuff for the first 24 hours, and then if I need to, I could have probably a single MRE. Could probably There's a lot of calories if you drink the orange tang in it. French rations are the best. Yeah, I'm finding that the
Are they
non-US
like
ones.
baguettes and brie? Is it
Yes,
like
yeah,
is
you get some
escargot? It
a
can you
biscotti and some
dehydrate
escargot.
an escargot?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I heard if you eat too many MREs, you get yeah. I think if you change your diet significantly on anything, you're probably going to get a little messed up in the gut.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think we do more of we're shifting more of our long-term food storage preps to not like to regular grocery store type items, and
Yeah.
then we also do like the mountain house style dehydrated, and MREs is more for certain evacuation kits that we have, and that's what we've been doing.
Yeah. I was thinking about yeah, Chuck is talking about doing Mountain House. Yeah, I was thinking about doing kind of a small amount of MREs just for the like, okay, pour water in, it'll do it, it'll be warm. We don't need to take all of the extra cooking supplies if we're going quickly for something.
Yeah,
And we've already kind of built up the home food supply of like the standard stuff that we eat regularly. So I feel like that's okay. I am every time I walk in a Costco now, there is the
yeah, every time,
harvest right. The
every time.
harvest rights are right in the front now. They're right in the front, and I'm like, I every time I like white knuckle it as I walk past them, and then I look at my wife and I'm like, do I get a gold star because I didn't buy one? And she just laughs at me, and we continue on.
Yeah, I don't really get those at Costco anymore. Like, they're kind of expensive too. I'm like, man, how many canned whatever food could I get for this? But for certain kits, I think they're good. Someone,
No, 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 no. The harvest right, the freeze dryer.
yeah, sorry about that. I was thinking of the
Yeah,
Mountain House.
you were thinking of Mountain House. They've always had Mountain House, but now they have a
Yes,
whole display
they
of
do.
harvest right freeze dryers, and you can order the other sizes on
And I
Costco.com.
think I took a video of it last time I was there because I know Canadian preppers always rocking it. They're freaking
Yeah,
expensive. Like, I have,
yeah,
yeah, I don't know if I could do it. Like,
yeah. I am somebody I found at one point. I was researching quite a bit, and I found somebody who had done like the economic breakdown of like how much it costs and how much you actually save if you were to make a certain amount of food in a food dehydrator versus um or the freeze dryer, because you've got the food dehydrator, um and then the freeze dryer is a whole other thing.
yeah, I mean, they're like thousands of dollars. Like, would you be better off getting a generator and $1,000 worth of canned foods, or like, uh,
Yeah,
I don't. Part of me, I don't want to say it. Maybe I should say it. I yeah, I know there's a heavy push towards them. I'm not going to say it. I
no,
think
say it.
there's
Come
a
on,
heavy.
let's make some controversy. Why do you hate Taylor Swift and freeze dryers?
Yeah, I
Come on,
hate Taylor
let's.
Swift.
Yeah,
I hope that
exactly.
her and Travis Kelsey break up if they
Yeah.
haven't already. Uh, uh, but I don't know. Some of those high ticket items, I wonder if it's for like affiliate, like you get more higher. It's a higher ticket item for affiliate reasons.
Yeah,
Uh, like if that thing costs $5,000 and if you get 5% back, or let's say you get 10%, that there's a heavy push towards that. Like, uh, and I think a lot of preppers would probably be better suited. Like, hey, I should get a generator, I should get a generator. I should get some extra food. I should like the normal things that are
yeah,
lower ticket items that you could get at grocery stores and stuff. Uh, yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
My gut's
The
telling me that it's a lot of money that can be. There's other preps I would probably get first, but if I was all good on all my other preps, and yeah, I might get. And if I had a lot of spare money that I was burning a hole in my pocket, yeah, I could see doing that. But
Yeah, they range from like 1,500 to like 2,500,
yeah,
depending on the size. Um, and which
would you rather get a let's 2,500 a $2,500 freeze dryer, or would you rather get a EcoFlow solar generator?
oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, or a couple of gas generators,
Yeah.
or
Or yeah, one a
I mean, there's
Honda gas generator and $1,500 worth of non-perishable food items. I'd probably
yeah,
get the
exactly.
latter.
Yeah, yeah. I think we were so I was looking at it. originally because we have so many food allergy issues in our family that a lot of the pre-made stuff, um, a lot of the pre-made freeze-dried stuff just has too many ingredients that we couldn't eat. And so like for the MREs, it was like that would be great, but trying to find an MRE combination that like nobody was allergic to, like I don't have any issues, but like
Yeah.
my son, my daughter, my wife, everybody has different things. And so it was like, okay, how do we do this? And even like the mountain houses and things, there's only a couple of those recipes that like that we could it made sense for us to get and store. Um and so at a point we were like, okay, well, what if we got a freeze dryer and then we could make the recipes at home that we do, and then okay, how much would that save us versus buying essentially the freeze dried ingredients? So if you did like a Thrive and you got instead of having spaghetti sauce made and freeze dried, you bought the freeze dried beef, the freeze dried tomatoes, the freeze dried onions, all of that stuff, and tried to put that together and do it that way. Um, but
Yeah.
it's still a hefty investment.
It's a lot of money. Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
think if you're part of like some like community, like you're part of a prepper community, you all had your
Hmm.
bunkers next to each other, and then there could probably be like the community freeze dryer. Maybe that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think,
Pink Slime is saying if you share the cost, it would be
yeah, yeah, I
nice.
could see. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't see that. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'd rather get a couple, like 3 all-American canners and a bunch of jars, and
Yeah.
you have all the food, and you could do
Hmm.
go Sutton's Day style. In addition to getting a Honda generator and a bunch of other stuff for the
Ex-
fires.
exactly. Just can your little hand heart out.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's just me. That's just me. But I know I
Hmm.
I saw the Canadian Prepper had a video where he was like, I think he and his daughter were like doing like freeze dried candy or something like
Oh
that.
yeah.
And that
Yeah.
was actually
That's
one where my daughter actually wanted to, hey, I want to watch that Canadian Prepper video. So because she normally doesn't watch like the scary one, but she wanted to
yeah.
watch that one.
But
Uh,
freeze drying candy, that sounds like a great plan.
yeah,
I
that's
love that for everybody. Yeah.
how do you get diabetes really quickly? Okay,
Yeah, exactly. Take the water out and just slam the sugar. It'll be
yeah.
great. All right. Well, unfortunately, I have to go jump and go retrieve my son from a
Ooh,
track meet. He is learning that track is a wonderful sport to watch when it's sunny and nice out, not when it is all of a sudden hailing and raining.
is it hailing
Um,
down in your sector?
it was. I've heard like the waves of like
Yeah.
hail and then monsoon rain and all of that. So I'm sure he's having a wonderful time. He's having a high school moment, which is great. But I told him that we would come in and snag him. So I'm gonna go pick him up, and we'll dry him off, or he can run behind the car and dry off like that. And then next week, are we thinking next week?
I think we're
Good
good. I think
Wednesday,
we're
or
good. Yeah.
all right.
Trying to think the next time I have. I think we're probably pretty good for a little bit.
All right, awesome. Well, then we'll plan to
Again,
see
it's
everybody
always
next week.
subject to my boss doesn't seem to care about my YouTube career, but besides that, I think
Exactly.
we're good.
Yes, and kids and everything else.
My
It's
kids do not
it's
care.
always subject to change until we're actually on the screen. Like,
My daughter's, but she wants a new YouTube name because I'm like, well, you're known as Little Miss Prepper on YouTube, and I got the
mhm.
T-shirt for it, and she's, well, no, I'm not little anymore, and I'm like, well, you're, yes, you are. Anyway, so she wants, but she's in a couple of these upcoming. She's in some of the new videos that are going to be coming out, and so
Yeah,
she wants a new handle, I guess. So we'll see.
she wants an upgrade.
She
She
wants an
wants
upgrade.
a new medium-sized
Yes.
prepper.
Yeah. So
Um,
anyway, we'll figure that out. We can talk about that next time.
that seems like a good plan.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, we will talk to you all next week. Thanks again for joining us. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you're watching the replay as well, do that. And yeah, we'll see you, it sounds like, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye, everybody.